All right, now today, because of the very nature of what we were doing, we had to get out and get it done.
Right.
Now we're going to talk about it. So you came out here, Dr. Beth Johnson. After the fact, we shake
After the
hands.
fact.
All right, let me ask you a few questions right off the bat. As you see my little herd here, how you think we're doing on a scale from 1 to 10?
They're actually a good 8. I would like to see the lambs weaned by this time, primarily because the ewes need to recuperate, and they're going to start. Now's the time that they breed back, and so when they're gestating, you don't want the lambs on them. So that's the only thing that I would like to see done differently. Their body condition is excellent. You want them to be on a scale of 1 to 5. You want them to be about a 2.5 to 3 when they go into breeding season, and they're there.
Gotcha.
They're there.
Now, we had, in our little field here, up until a couple weeks ago, we had stuff up to here.
To the knee.
All of a sudden, it's gone.
Yeah, right.
So we need to move them out, correct?
Right. Anytime to control parasitism, you want to have the grasses about 6 inches high or higher to avoid recontaminating.
And we're
the
certainly
animals.
not there right now.
No, they're pretty short right now.
Yeah.
And we had a very, very dry spell where a lot of the grasses got very, very short. When we have that dry spell, all of the stool that is excreted on the pastures, the larva doesn't really hatch out when it's dry and it's hot. But when we get a little moisture like we've just gotten in the last day or so, the humidity and the cooler temperatures help the larva to develop, and they climb up a blade of grass, and that's where the sheep get recontaminated when they eat that blade of grass with the larva.
That's something how nature works.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty
cool.
Seeing what you see, we've got plenty of fence in other places and rolls ready to go. I got a brand new fresh battery. What would you suggest that I do soon with this outfit?
With this, we need to take this fence down and move it. And we've already looked at an area over to our right here, and there's grass is at least knee high again, and we can turn them into there and have them, free roam in there.
Let's go back and step through what we did. The first thing you did was look at their feet, and then tell us how you trimmed them.
Yeah, when you trim their feet, you want to lay the hoof trimmers flat with the sole of the foot, and all you want to do is take off the excess tissue that is growing above the sole of the foot.
Okay, we got that taken care of, and then you wormed them?
Right. And we first looked at their color. You look at the color of their lower eyelids, and it's a famacha, the name of the program that checks the color of the mucous membranes. It's an indicator of homuncus, which is one of the parasites that causes a severe anemia in sheep and goats. And if their eyelids are pale, they have a pretty heavy homuncus load, and we want to go ahead and deworm them and get rid of them. All of these guys, except one animal, had a famacha score of 1, which is excellent. Indicates that that homuncus is not a problem. But when you're doing that, you do what they call a 5-point check. You kind of look at the body condition of the animal, the hair coat of the animal. You feel their chest muscle, and you look at the muscling over their loin area. And so we did go ahead and use Valvazin on the lambs. We did not use Valvazin on the adult ewes because of the fact that they could possibly be pregnant, and that's one of our drugs that we do not use on pregnant animals. The vaccinations to prevent disease, we only really have to worry about enterotoxemia, which is overeating disease, and tetanus. It actually has the killed bacteria in it, and it's going to induce an antibody response by the animal. The veterinary profession is a wonderful profession. A lot of hard hours, a lot of, I've been in it for 25 years. You still see stuff you've never seen before. Every day is a different day. I've been working for the state for 2 years now. I approach it as a veterinarian would in that perspective, with a regulatory aspect to it, and didn't know anything about chickens. And the one thing that has amazes me is the sustainable agriculture that this state is doing. There's a lot.
Isn't that a cool movement?
It's a cool movement. It's really, really good to know where your food is coming from.
We just went shopping today. You go in the grocery store and it says this is from this farm, and there's a picture of the farmers there.
Yes.
You know your cabbage or your beets are from Casey County.
We raise goats and we eat our goats, and we raise our own beef, and I think that movement is just wonderful. Backyard poultry. I mean, I never thought backyard poultry was so. Until I got
People are interested, I think, where their food comes from. For too long, we've taken stuff off the shelf, not have a clue what's in it, where it came from. I think people are starting to pay attention.
Right.
Well, this segment of our show is almost over because of
the
fact that the sun's going down. This has been a joy.
Oh, it has.
And so basically the stuff that you've done is a semi-yearly thing that you do?
Yeah, what we've done with the sheep today is the vaccination of the old adult animals you would do once a year. The deworming is a continuous, ongoing thing. And then trim feet as needed. You can look at their feet and tell whether they need it or not.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
And again,
thanks.
You've got the coolest job in the world.
I do not.
Yes, you do.